How to be a great training partner. Last week, I published a video about what you should be focusing on your first year of jiu-jitsu. And in that video, I said the number one most important thing is to focus on being a great training partner. And I promised I would expand on that idea a little bit. So how is it that we become a great training partner? Somebody that everyone wants to train with. There's a few ideas. Number one kind of starts off of the mat. So before I get to the big ideas here, let's talk about the off the mat stuff. Off the mat, you need to do some things. And these are basic hygienic things. Have a clean gi, wash your rash guard, trim and file your nails, you dirty bastards. Make sure you're clean, make sure you smell nice, but not overpowering like the fragrance aisle at Macy's. Make sure the hygiene is taken care of. Make sure your gear is washed and good to go. Now on the mats, I like to start this off with an idea from Roberto Cyborg Abreu, and I really wish I could find the clip. It's something I came across on Instagram that really encapsulated my idea here, and it was from Cyborg, and I just can't find the clip anymore. So if anyone can, that would be awesome if you could drop a link in the comments, because I'd like to have it again. But he said to his students one day, you should use 50% of your jiu-jitsu to help your training partner. I love this idea. This puts into a simple concept what it is I think about being a good training partner. When you're training, you want to not approach it as if it's the finals in Abu Dhabi every single time. So when you're drilling techniques, you want to not be that guy who says, well, what if I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this, and oh, if I do that, oh, so you're all screwed. If you're there partnering up with somebody to drill some techniques and your professor is showing you some stuff, it is not on you to now become some kind of coach during the drilling. If you see something and you can be helpful, there's a right way to do that. But to simply shut down the drilling by going full force and, full resistance and stopping your partner from trying, that's not the way to do it. You're not the guy who wants to show the 17 different progressions after this technique, especially if you're an upper belt working with beginners. Give them some time with those basics so that they can learn about applications when they roll. Now, when you're rolling and you want to be a good training partner, again, we don't have to train and roll like monkeys with rabies every single time we step on the mats. What you want to do is train in a way that you get the work you need and your partner gets the work you need. Now, if it's two relative beginners to jiu-jitsu, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. But for those people, let me give you this tip. Let's say you're losing a position. Your guard is getting passed and you could explode and go crazy and spaz out on the guy. That's one option that you have, but that wouldn't be being a good training partner. What you could do is accept the position and immediately start setting up your defense and your frames. So let me be a little bit more specific. You're on your back, you're playing guard, your partner's starting to pass your guard. Now you could spaz out and go crazy and turtle up and do all these different things and potentially not get your guard passed, but you didn't do anything that's sustainable. You just went crazy, and your partner, because he's also kind of in your same skill level, doesn't really have the tools to have nullified your kinetic energy there. He'll get there, and you will too. All you did was ad-lib a whole bunch of spastic energy to keep from getting your guard passed. Instead, accept the guard pass. Now, that doesn't mean right away, but when he's 80% there, 90% there, you accept the guard pass and you get ahead of the next position by setting up your frames or setting up your defense and side control, in the case of this example. If you are an upper belt rolling with a lower belt, that means you don't have to blast them out of the water every single time. We know you can. If you're a purple belt going with a white belt or a purple belt going with a fresh blue belt, man, we know you can do it. We get it. But you can help them in their development by putting them into positions where they maybe get to work on defense or putting them into positions where they can work their offense as well. And it doesn't mean you have to let them tap you or anything like that. I understand there's ego gets involved there, but I truly don't care if somebody lower than me taps me when I let them have, say, my back and a fully sunken rear naked choke and I try to fight out of there. No big deal. Who cares? It's just training. It's just training. So approach your roles like you're there to improve and you're there to help the person you're rolling with improve. So just to recap, being a great training partner means being clean, having clean gear, having trimmed toenails, fingernails, not just trimmed, but also filed down. If all you do is cut them, all you've done is given yourselves a razor blade. And then approaching your training as if you are trying to get better and you want the person you're going with to get better. That is how you become a great training partner, and that will take your jiu-jitsu to another level because you'll just have more people to train with.